Welcome to the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net.
Now, here's your host, Ed Cohen.
This is Ed Cohen in San Diego, on the Mexican border of Tijuana, just 8 miles from where I sit right now. And we're very especially honored today to welcome the 3 powerful ladies from Mexico. We have Astrid, and please, if I mispronounce it, please correct me. Astrid Manjarres?
Manjarres. It's actually Manjarres. A little bit hard.
Thank you so much for doing this. And we have Cecilia Zaragoza.
Zaragoza, right.
Yeah, okay. And Adriana Fuentes.
No.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, now let's introduce ourselves a little bit more formally and much better than I just did. So first of all, Adriana.
Okay, hello, my name is Adriana. I'm from Mexico City, and I have more than 50 years in the corporate world in different industries as oil and gas, energy, automotive, but in the marketing, communication, and public relation areas or departments. But right now, I focus my life writing, and I just wrote in the last 2 years 3 books to inspire and motivate women to achieve all their dreams and goals in life. So very happy with that 3 books. And yeah, I want to be a speaker, and I want to just, make the difference and help the other women make the difference in their lives.
Yeah, okay. And I want very much to do a deeper dive with you once we get rolling here about your 2 books and about your other marketing activities. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Astrid, please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Astrid Manjarres. I'm the associate to Business 4.0 to Cecilia, and it's a digital magazine for business. And I don't know, I've been in the corporate for the last 10 years. I was in a very, how do you say, it's Soriana. It's like a supermarket, big supermarket here in Mexico. I was in product development and other companies. So I started to write to another magazine, and then we decided to unite forces with Cecilia to create Business 4.0, and we are happy to empower women and to all the people that are doing things different.
Super. We're going to circle back to you in just a minute. And now let's say hi to Cecilia. Please do a good job introducing yourself, much better than me.
Okay, hi, I am Cecilia Zaragoza. Well, I found this with my associate partner, Astrid, this digital magazine 1 year ago. But before having this magazine, I've been working for 4 years in another digital magazine. But then, I thought I needed a change. So I changed everything, since the name, everything. And before all that experience, I've been in public relationships, and I think that's all.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting, because my background is very similar. And a long time ago, of course, I've been in PR related things, advertising and marketing and publishing, for a very long time, since I was about 15 myself. But I am currently producing these, what I call TV talk shows, which is of course Zoom. But that's a direct result of the pandemic. 2 years ago, just about today, 2 years ago, our live conference business, which I had founded and operated successfully for 24 years, crashed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because no more. And so I said to my tech partner, Paul, said, what are we going to do? So and he said, well, let's expand on the radio show that we already have. Paul brought me into talk radio using the internet. So internet radio, but we call it globalradiotalkshow.com. And we started that together, Paul and I, in 2008. We're still doing it, but not as much as TV. But interestingly, because of the power and the technology of Zoom, we are able to take the audio transcript word for word from our TV shows and turn them into our podcast. And so we'll be working on that process the rest of this year. And just so you know, we have produced more than 400 TV talk shows over the past 2 years.
Okay.
And so we're going to get really busy this coming year.
That's a lot of work.
So your organization name in English here, Voices Beyond Limits. So is this mental limits or somebody else's limits on you? No. Adriana, why don't you start?
No, I mean, this is the name of the event, Voices Beyond Limits. And then now Cecilia and Astrid can tell you why exactly we decide to name this first event that we want to do, of course, annually, but they can tell you more about the name. So
actually, if you see the name Voices Beyond Limits, in the beginning we thought Voices Beyond the Limits, but that word that makes a big difference, because if you use that, you put an end, and if you take out the that, you can see that you have no limits, that you can continue with everything.
I get it.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Besides that, we believe that real change comes from the words and actions of a person, regardless of their gender. So we try to find a word that evoke that precisely meaning and the feeling to provoke, to break the limits and transcend to the limits that you have imposed to yourself.
I get it. Yes.
And
Adriana.
You know what, Ed? I mean, in Mexico and also in Latin America, women, we have many challenges in the corporate world. And as you were like asking me about it, to tell you a little bit more about my professional experience, I was the advertising and marketing director of Mercedes-Benz, the brand Automotive, many years. And I remember one time, one guy asked me, like, you really are the director of marketing and advertising of one car brand? I mean, do you know about cars? And I was like, really? You have to ask me that? So, and then of course I work in the oil industry for many years, around many men, all of them engineers. And I have the same thing. I mean, many challenges because, sometimes men, they don't think we are, well prepared, or we don't have the skills to have some specific position in the corporate world. So yeah, it is not just for Mexico, also for Latin America, big challenge that women we have. So this is why also we decide to create this event, because thank God, more and more the women are taking important position in different sectors of different industries. So yeah, we want to, that women just feel that they have, of course, the support of other women to just to talk and growth in the professional area.
And
actually,
yes,
Edwin,
please.
Actually, Edwin, the main purpose of this event is create a motivational space to recognize the value of the woman, to create a community of support and growth, to cross borders, and to help identifying and breaking the limits that sometimes we ourselves impose to our person.
Yeah. So on March 8th, Adriana, I'm very happy to welcome you to the leadership of our program called Break the Bias, which is all about the mental attitude. It's almost subconscious. And you guys just talked right about it. Just bang. That's what it is. It's just cultural. And it's been ingrained for so long in so many places, the US, Mexico, Middle East, India, everywhere. And so it's going to take a while, but the idea of what you're doing and allowing me to help promote the truth about what you're doing and the accuracy to our global audience, I hope will be helpful to you. So now we understand now the purpose of Voices Beyond Limits and how you came up with the name. So are you planning on doing this a lot, many times, or just one time a year?
I mean, we want to do this event yearly. I mean, of course, with more participants, new sponsorship, more and creative ideas. But also during this year, we want to do maybe some networking with all these ladies that will be participating in this event. So the idea is to know more, about each other, make maybe some small events during this year. But yes, I mean, Voices Beyond Limits, the three of us were very interesting to do as annual event and grow bigger with this event for sure.
So in the US, as you know, most of the people who have been quitting jobs or resigning are women because of they're fed up with the boss, but they also have household responsibilities, which are more important, and their own livelihood, their own capabilities are needed around home, not in an office somewhere. So in Mexico, it's the same?
In Mexico, we have two big issues. I mean, unfortunately, in Mexico, the issue of gender violence is one of them, and it's been increased a lot since the woman is unfortunately with the aggressor at home. And so, yeah, I mean, the gender violence here in Mexico is so bad. And the second issue, of course, that increased all these 2 years with the pandemic is the unemployment for women, because the women have to stay at home while the kids, they're doing homeschool. So in general, the women were very much affected than men in Mexico and in Latin America. And when I say in Latin America, it's because on every Friday I participate, I enjoy some radio show in Argentina, and we talk about different, women topics. And the people in Argentina just participate a lot in this radio show. And also they tell me all the time the same thing. I mean, unfortunately, the woman employment in Latin America is the same. We share like the same, challenges as Latin American women. So yeah, I mean, Mexico is pretty bad in that two things, unemployment and violence, gender.
Yes, Astrid.
No. I was just agreeing with Adriana.
Yeah, okay. Cecilia?
Agree, the same.
Yeah, okay. So in Mexico, are we entering an era of women entrepreneurship? Well, I would guess so, but why don't you tell us in detail?
Yeah, we think female entrepreneurship, it's always been a fact in Mexico due to the low income for the house, and women come to entrepreneur like small business. The now so-called nannies, we call nannies to the women that sell like use things like makeup but in an informal way, have come to reveal that in the economy of Mexico. So definitely women are ready to take some important places because we are more empowered, and definitely times are changing. So that's because that's why we are doing all these events to provoke that change, right?
Most of these nannies started during pandemic, especially in social media, because of the low income that Astrid said before. And well, after now that we are going outside, like the normal way of living, they are doing outside, not only social media. But it was an easy way to sell things, and also without paying taxes. That's other thing, and that's the reason they call nannies, because they are working, because they are not paying taxes, but they are doing something different in social media.
Yes, okay. So tell me more about the panelists in your event coming up, and what topics they will focus on.
Well, the good thing is like we'll have panelists from all different part of the country, different cities of the country, and from different industries such as oil and gas, energy, automotive, innovation, consulting. So we're very happy with that variety. And also we'll be discussing about two different topics. One topic is women empowerment, of course, in honor of the month of International Month of Women Day. And then the second is about making better decision making, that we know in these two last year, for all of us, it's very difficult to take decision. We can't take decision as quickly as we did before, because there are so many things involved and so many uncertainty involved. So yeah, that two topics will be discussing in the 2 days of the event.
Astrid, what is your background again? If you could go back into where we began a few minutes ago, and just to bring that forward, and how that will impact you in this event coming up.
I think we have the skills to empower women. The background of the women that we support, that are, how do you say, speaking like the speakers, they are doing things different. So we wanna, I'm sorry if my English is bad, but
Oh, my Mexican is no good.
So we want to empower and to give the skills to all the women out there to provoke the change, and to say that there are limits only in your head, and the environment is changing, and they are ready to help to break those limits.
Actually,
yes.
All those people, all those women that are gonna participate are their positions in their industries are great. They are seen founders, directors, but also Adriana didn't say it before, we have a man, and that means that we know that we are not, I don't know how to say it, we don't believe that women's are the best, or women's are we truly believe what we need men, and if we made a team with men, we can have better results than fighting all the time, that you are better than me because I have this intel. Instead of fighting, instead of comparing, what
supporting each other
cannot do, you can make working in team, you can have better results, and well,
yes,
at the end of the day.
Yeah, so let me ask a question, and we can have a dialogue perhaps. Using Zoom and similar outreach, are you finding that women in Mexico and across Latin America are getting comfortable being on camera? And because some people are very shy, they don't think themselves worthy, or they don't want to get made up, so they're afraid to be on camera, and therefore they keep themselves back from reaching out and explaining their own skills and their own capabilities to a big audience, because they're afraid to do that. Not because they fear, it's because they don't have the training the confidence to be on camera?
It depends of the speakers. We have worked in the past with some of the speakers. Not all of them as speakers. We have them also as writers or other things what we do in Business Force 4.0. And also the other speakers that Adriana found, they know how are they. So we try to find people that is not afraid to speak in public. We know that there are people that is very intelligent, but when they are in front of a camera, they just can't be, and we understand that part. So we try to find these ladies and Steven is also the old speaker that can be in front of the camera, that feels confidence, and that also can share all what they have done in their industries and how they have done it.
Yeah.
And we are surprised because like more women are more want to speak out. Like, you know, it's a fact that women are more communicating skills. So they need just a little bit of self-assurance, or a little bit of self-empowerment to go out there, because they have the knowledge, they have the skills. We need those type of events to empower them and to say that they can do it, right? And we have a very good response.
It's just a push to tell of the woman that they can do it, and to the men that help the woman that don't know that can make big change in what they are doing.
Adriana, because we've known each other a year or so and more, and communicate, so you seem to have the ability to communicate very, very clearly exactly what we're just talking about through your books and through your appearances and through your own day-to-day work. So I'm thinking that you are the shining example of how it can happen. So are you taking a lead role in teaching, having a class for people women who don't feel as mentally powerful as they should?
Well, thank you to tell me that. You know, I don't have any problem communicating. I mean, I studied communication, so I shouldn't have any problem, you know, trying to express myself. But actually, I will open the first date of the event with some speech that I call "The Power of Your Strength." And this is very, I mean, I love to talk about this because I truly believe all women, we have that strength. Unfortunately, many women, they think they're not strong enough, they don't have strength, or they're not strong enough, or, you know, they feel weak. So my talk and my speech will be like, I mean, all women, we have that, you know, internal strength. It's just like we have to believe in ourselves. We have to be more confident with who we are, what we do. So yeah, it's kind of to empower a little bit more women that they feel shy, or they feel like, you know, like they're weak in some ways in their lives. So and I like it. I'm really happy talking about that, because I think some women, they need more than other ones. So yeah. And of course, with my book, I feel more empowered.
Yeah, and congratulations again. Cecilia, so as leader of the group, are you having success recruiting people to your program?
To be honest, I didn't have a big problem recruiting, because as I told you, some of the speakers, I know them before because maybe they write an article to our digital magazine, or they have been in events before. we did events in the past before pandemic, but with pandemic, we changed to Zoom everything, right? And also because it was a teamwork with Adriana, we decided that some of the speakers were from Astrid and I, and the other ones from Adriana. And since our speakers, ours, Astrid and I, and the ones that Adriana found, we didn't have any problems. It was just like wait for 2-3 days to check their agendas to see if they can do it. There was only one person that told me no after 2 days when they told me yes. But to be honest, it was just trying to know the dates so they know if they can be in the event, because even though it's an online event, 2 of the speakers that was going to be in the event, but they are not going, were going to be traveling, so they were like, I can't. But in the next event, we are thinking in telling them to participate with us.
So we have a few, pardon me, I think the voice is a little off. We'll get that fixed in production. So let's review the event itself now as we come to a close. The opening talk will be Adriana, and what will be the closing session, the takeaway at the end? Adriana?
Bueno, actually, I'll be having this speech. Then, as Astrid mentioned, we'll have Stephen Howard joining the event with us. The first day he'll talk about better decision making, and the second day he will talk about his new concept about human leadership, that I'm very happy that he will talk with all of us about that, because so many leaders will be joining the event, and I think that concept is perfect for leaders, and not just to listen, to put in practice in their workplace. So and as Stephen is being very supportive for me with my 3 books, so we're so happy that he will be the only man joining the event. And the 2 days we'll have the panel discussion, one day about women empowerment, and the second day about decision making. So, and then for the closing event, we have some surprises. So yeah, I hope that all the women just enjoy the event, and of course we can make it for the next year too.
And this is totally virtual, or will there be in person as well as virtual?
Totally virtual, because
totally virtual.
We didn't know how pandemic was going to be. Right now, things since the number of the infected people is getting lower, so the people is starting to make some not online things, but there are a lot of people that is still afraid about that.
Yeah.
So we decided that if we do it present, not online, it will be like 3 people or 4. So online, we got used, from 2 years to now, we have been in our homes. So if people is working, they can take time to see in his house. So I think it's easier for this year. I don't know next year. Maybe next year it's not gonna be online. Maybe hybrid, since we can mix with those with 2 types. And because many people likes to work at home. That's other reality.
I know, it's much more comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah.
We are pleased to welcome Adamo Education as a proud sponsor of Global TV Talk Show.
The concept of a microschool is the reimagining of the one-room schoolhouse. My name is Tamara Becker. I'm the president and CEO of Adamo Education. The microschool concept really does not just lend itself to the personalization and the customization of learning, but also the social development and fostering that sense of love for learning. Unlike what we see in traditional brick and mortar schools, we have multiple grade levels in the same learning space. Students can be enriched by the socialization that they get, as well as the academic support from peers. What differentiates Adamo is the fact that we are taking the best pieces of brick and mortar, of digital, and then at-home learning. Students here can come 5 days a week. They can come 4 hours a day. It will really just depend on what is best for the student and for the parent. To enroll, just reach out via phone, text, or email, and we'll have that personalized conversation, and we'll be able to get you all set. Check us out at adamoeducation.org.
Hi, this is Ed, and I thank you for tuning in to Global TV Talk Show, a unit on globalbusinessnews.net. We broadcast to the world, as you know by now. So I wanted to make sure that you understand that our programs are advertising supported. We're grateful for co-sponsors, advertisers. They have a marketing budget coupled with a strong desire to be associated with our top quality program. And of course, I'm grateful. Thank you. So for the next few minutes, you're going to see some commercials. It's mostly very low key, and our prices are very, very reasonable. Our exposure for the advertisers go 12 months and beyond. Some of our advertisers have been with us since March, April of 2020. And Google Analytics has tracked over 125,000 what they call audience page views, which means you looking at this page, that's a page view. Now, if you happen to go to one of our other shows or to our radio broadcasts or to our newspaper or magazine, those become additional page views as measured by Google Analytics. And so when they say 125,000 since spring of 2020 up through Labor Day, a month ago, that's pretty good numbers. And the past 30 days, Google Analytics has measured just under 6,000 audience page views. And that, according to them, is a 42% increase in audience participation over the month of August. So thank you very much. Well, here's our advertisers, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes or so, and we'll proceed with this interesting conversation. Thank you.
This episode from the meeting room of Global TV Talk Show is brought to you by
The Bridge School, the accredited international online private school of choice, at bridgek12.org.
Porch Light Rental and Destination Services. Reduce your renter lump sum or managed relocation costs. Visit them at porchlightrental.com.
And by airs.com. With our full range of services, we can help design and manage your international relocation. Find us at airs.com.
Primestone Partners, featuring corporate, government, and developer housing solutions, as well as senior-level advisory services. Find them at primestonepartners.com.
And by International Auto Source. We are the vehicle experts for expats, featuring all major brands of automobiles with flexible solutions and financing. On the web at intlauto.com.
Become a global player in your field.
Cross Culture to Go provides virtual support for your global business and career success.
We can help you thrive in 140 plus countries and markets.
On the web at crossculturetogo.com.
Something that's really neat is that the Bridge School partners with various organizations to provide learning for their students. For example, we partner with a major ballet company, and we are able to enroll several of their students into our school. So now not only is the student able to participate in a school and have a seamless transition while they're very active in their ballet career, but now they have other dancers that are with them that are doing some of the same courses. So it's almost becoming a camaraderie where they're taking similar courses, they're working together on their ballet, and really being able to form this great partnership with these organizations to provide a needed service. A lot of times there are student athletes who will spend hours and hours at the gym or at the basketball courts, wherever it is. And if they're attending a traditional school, they're in school from 8 to 3. They get a quick snack, and then they're at the gym for 3 to 4 hours in the evening. Coming to us and having that partnership, they're able to break that up throughout the day. They can have a morning practice, get some schooling in, have an afternoon practice, finish their schooling in the evening. So there's that flexibility. And additionally, if there are tournaments or performances, it's fantastic because if there's a week where they have shows straight through, they can take that week off of learning and then pick back up when they're done. So it offers this great flexibility. And for the program owners of these sports leagues, it is a win-win situation for them because they see this need. They see this need that their students need to make sure that they are obtaining the grades necessary to be successful adults in our country and in other countries. But it provides them an environment where they can be successful at both.
Hi, I'm Sergey Gorbatov.
I'm Angela Lane.
Together we are researchers, writers and practitioners in the field of human resources.
And we've also been multi-country, multi-assignment career expats.
We owe our professional development and growth to a very large extent to the international assignment opportunities that we have had.
But in a world where distributed work may become the norm, we also want to understand what happened to the nature, duration, and purpose of international assignments.
Together with our colleague, Julian Dalzell from the University of South Carolina, we're undertaking a study on the future of expatriation.
And we'd value your contribution. You can participate in this important study by completing a simple 10-minute questionnaire.
Access the questionnaire by typing in your browser tinyurl.com/expert study. That's tinyurl.com/expert study. You can also find the link here on Ed's website next to this video.
Thank you for joining us in this study. In return for your contribution, we'll provide you with a copy of our research.
And of course, you'll be invited to an exclusive webinar hosted by Ed, where we will share our findings right here on Global Business News.
And so please go to tinyurl.com/expat study. Take the survey so that we can better understand the future of expatriation.
Okay, so I'm calling our plan for later this year to produce some of our live conferences, but also to incorporate Zoom so we can have speakers from around the world join us and we could talk to the world also. So I'm calling it VIP, and I welcome you to use that if you want. VIP, of course, means very important, you know, but for this context, I'm calling it virtual in-person, VIP. Okay, wow. and that's kind of a cute way of, you know, playing on words that are sort of familiar anyway, but just apply it now to another image. And so about your agenda for this wonderful event,
thank you.
Will you have inclusive within that some time to teach women how to be self-assured in front of this little green light and you know, prepare themselves, of course physically, but much more mentally, about how to look at the light and to speak clearly and directly in a problem-solving manner? Because I'm finding in our meetings virtual meetings, many people in the beginning seem to think, no brainer, I could do this. and then they get on camera and they, after 30 seconds, they sort of lose it and they start scratching their head or fixing, you know, or they do something that doesn't look right on camera or not as good as it should. Okay, so as you can see, the way I'm gesturing and trying to keep focus on the green light, because I know that's what you're looking at. If I look down and see this person or that person, it really reflects bad on me because I'm not looking at them. And so understanding the power of the camera is really not that fearful a thing, because I've learned how to do that. Anyone can learn. So also, just when I was a young kid, I had a speech problem. I used to stutter, and you know, obviously I don't as much, if at all now. And you know, this is my therapy, being in, you know, doing this.
That's
keep going. I got to keep going. So, but I'm thinking that if I could do it, anyone can do it. Really, it doesn't matter who you are. But the lesson planning and the actual training, I call it media training. So for instance, I have a partner in this topic. She's a former Broadway actress in New York, and in a dance, you know, she was in Broadway shows 25 years ago, singing and dancing on stage. But now she's a media trainer, and mostly for women, but I've had her on my programs now several times, and we are launching a new program called Media Training. And, you know, I'm just the host. She's going to be the teacher. And together we're going to bring in people who can speak to women and men about very specific things. If they're trying to be serious, what do they wear? How do they talk? What kind of pacing? What kind of language to use? Do they use a prop, like holding something up, or not? Do they use a video clip and then discuss what was on that video with the audience? You know, there's several tricks that once you get your mind focused on the power of this video thing, it could teach people how to feel more confident about themselves and to value themselves. Even baby steps at first is very okay. And then quickly people will feel confident and go to the next level. And I would think that would be a really interesting topic for you, if not in this, then in a follow-up, and really take charge of this issue.
I was going to tell you that you just give me a great idea, Ed.
Oh, cool.
Because you know what? Because we decided, like, okay, we want to do some networking with all the participants in this event. So I think, you know, we can see what are their needs. I mean, from some of them, you know, not just the speakers or the panelists, or I mean, in general, the women that will be joining this event. So that will be nice, you know, to say like, okay, maybe some of them, they're just afraid to speak on cameras or to speak in, you know, like in these new platforms. So I think that will be great to see what are their needs and help all these women, so, you know, from different sectors, entrepreneurs, CEOs, directors, and anyway, to achieve, you know, like you say, step by step, you know, their goals and be better at the end, you know, be better in professional or personal life. So
actually,
and you said it. It seems very easy, but actually it is not. I thought I was very skilled in communicating, and as soon as I started to make the lives in our shows and to speak to the camera, I froze, like, oh my God, I'm not that good. And in practice, you learn some skills, like, but everybody has something to say, and everybody is important to get those skills to talk to the camera and to feel safe, you know, like you have the power to talk to people. You have something to say always.
And actually, I have a good friend that once told me he usually give conferences, and if you see him, you can say that, oh my God, he's great. He's not nervous. I mean, he will always be the best. But when you talk to him, he said, I am always nervous. It doesn't matter that I have been in front of many people 15 times. I am always nervous. I just think that I know what I'm gonna talk about. I know my public, and so in the meaning that I start giving my conference, I start losing my nervous. And I also have some other friends, in this case, female friends. I don't know why only female, but only female, that during pandemic became influencers. I mean, and very good influencers. And I was talking to one of them yesterday, and she told me, I have a manager right now. Amanda was great. I mean, congratulations. Of course, and she's very good in being in front with the people. But now, since pandemic and everything, she did a very good job. She learned to edit. She learned a lot of many things. She got many skills, and not only my friend, some other people that I follow or that I see on social media learn how to take an advantage of these abilities.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent rapport. Well, thank you very much for being on Global TV Talk Show.
No,
and,
thank you for having us.
So this program will become part of our Global TV network, and we'll link to our YouTube channel, and will be free access 24/7 for a year or more. And we'll get you the program also, which you could use for your own usage. And I invite you all to come back, and let's do it again.
Thank you.
After your program, after you know, maybe talk about what you learned from doing it, and maybe some feedback. And I'm very happy to send you some samples of our media training programs earlier with Diane, who's this lady who's I'm partnering with. She's got the expertise, I don't, but I'm learning about what to do or what not to do. And so I thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you a lot.
I know you
make us practice our English.
Yeah, well, my Mexican.
But we hope the message was clear, right? The main objective.
Yes, yeah, it was real simple. Okay, so Cecilia, why don't you talk about your group website where people, our audience, can get more information?
Okay, you can find us. And for the event, we are on Instagram, we are on LinkedIn, we are on Twitter.
TikTok now.
TikTok now. We are new on TikTok with just 5 days ago. And there is on Facebook. But in Instagram and LinkedIn, you can find more information about the event. You can find us as Business for Zero. I mean, slash. I don't remember how to say the
dot.
It's dot. That Business for Zero. No. If you follow us, you are gonna see all the flyers, all the informations. How can you get to the event, the program, everything you wanna know, you're gonna find there. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok.
And it's all under Voices Beyond Limits.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's right.
Voices Beyond Limits. That's very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
for the opportunity. I will see you on March 8th because I love to talk with different women that will be in
we have
the show.
We have a huge program. It's going to go for more than 2 hours. So
I love it.
Some people will leave early, but I'm going to have plenty of energy. I've got to amp up and get ready.
And I thank you in advance for that show, because I know we did the past year the same something similar for International Day Women's Day. So thank you very much for your support to our
happy
women.
to do it.
And I hope we can do something else, this year to talk about more about the women's situation in Mexico and Latin America. So thank you very much.
So that I can see it's a lot of cultural issues there that will be its own program someday. So someday we're going to do this meeting live in Mexico somewhere.
For sure.
And we'll all get together.
Of course, anytime, whenever you want. So thank you and have a nice day and talk to you soon.
Thank you very much for being on
Thank
this
you, guys.
program.
Have a nice day.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show.
Have a wonderful day, and stay safe.